Hey, today I'm going to show you my entire process, how I get 1% better every single month, because Forex trading is not a destination, it is a journey. And the goal of that journey is to get better and better every month and every year. So hopefully your trading will improve as the years progress. If you're new here, hi, I am Lisa. I am an ex-programmer and ex-data scientist, recently turned content creator and full-time Forex trader. I started this YouTube channel 2 years ago, and that's when I decided to take my Forex trading really seriously. Before that, I was sort of dabbling and playing around with it. So for the past 1.5 years, first I was testing commercial expert advisors, seeing how they perform, high-risk expert advisors and low-risk expert advisors. And I honestly did not like what I see, because the high-risk expert advisors were too high risk, and the low risk expert advisors, they were developed over a certain period of time, and then they were forward traded over a certain period of time. But the problem with them is that they don't really adapt to the current market conditions. The strategy is black box, and the strategy is not updated as the market progresses. So about a year ago, I discovered a system, not an expert advisor, and this system is called EA Studio. This is a software provided by EA Trading Academy, and the reason I went all in on this system is because it is highly configurable. It adapts to the current market conditions because you can generate your own expert advisors with this tool. It creates low-risk expert advisors with absolutely no grid and no martingale, so you can trade it with tiny accounts as low as $200. And I've been trading it on my public LFY account since the end of January 2024, and the results have been slowly getting better and better every month, because I put a lot of effort behind the scenes refining my scripts. I have 3 full dedicated PCs dedicated to running simulated trading on my accounts. Because I don't use the tool in isolation, it is a web-based tool. I prefer the programming side of it, the Express generator, which works in combination with EA Studio. This is one of my dedicated PCs. You can see it is currently running 6 versions of the Express generator, simulating live trading. And this is what the command code looks like. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but pretty much what it does is exactly the same as the web version, where you can choose your data, the symbol, the time frame you want, the strategy properties, if you want 0.01 lots or the entry lots, long or short, opposite entry signal, ignore, stop loss. I set it to always use between 1 and about 200. 1 and 200. I want to employ the best practices, so I use the common acceptance criteria, and I do use Monte Carlo. Everything is all set to start generating expert advisors using the past 10 years of data. All I do is hit start, and you can see it starts generating expert advisors straight away. About a minute later, you can see 5 strategies have passed my validation, and if we head over to the collections, you can see they've already started populating here with the best currently up the top. It all looks so easy, doesn't it? I can download the expert advisors to either MT4 or MT5 and plug it straight into my terminals without any licensing, and I have them forever. However, the biggest risks with these expert advisors is over optimization. So just because it performed in the past, if I download it, is it totally going to tank my account? I'm going to see loser after loser after loser. And the standard answer that most people would think about is to demo test it. But no, that is not the answer either, because then you run into the risk of seeing short-term returns. Let's say you demo test it for a month and you have fantastic returns, and then you decided to employ this process and use it on a live account. But for the next year, 2 years, your account just continues to tank. It doesn't answer the question of, is this sustainable, and how do we know that this process is going to work over the next few years? And if I make any tweaks to my system, how do I know that the new settings is an improvement over the old settings based on only a short amount of time, like a month worth of demo testing? So the solution here is to head into the data tab, go into a data horizon, and you can set the start and end date. Instead of using the start date to 10 years ago and today's date as the max end date, what you can do is go back a little bit further. Let's say 2012, and we're going to end at 2022. So about 2 years ago. So we are going to generate strategies using this type of date system. And after the expert advisors are generated, you can download them and then change the dates to 2022 up to 2023, and then import the EAs again to see how they would perform out of sample. So that is the process I use to validate my expert advisors. I use 10 years of data, and then I take that and simulate live trading for 2 months. Let's say that period was January to February. I would do that again for March and April. And so on over the past 2.5 years to simulate live trading to see if my scripts are profitable in the long term. And you can do that with the software if you're semi-tech savvy, clicking away every single month. Or if you're a little bit more tech savvy and you want to use Express Generator to do it for you, you can. For example, at the bottom, you can see currently I am testing the Canadian Swiss franc on the 1 hour time frame. I am generating data from 2014 up to 2024, the start, and then I'm live trading for 2 months from January to March, and then you can see February to April, March to May, and so on and so on, all fully automatically. So one test for me takes about 4 or 5 days, and I don't just do one test at a time. I do 3 tests at any time, because every time you generate expert advisors, there is a little bit of a luck factor involved. So if I do it once and I have really good results, but if I do it again and I have really terrible results, that means the expert advisors are not stable and they are not consistent. So I want to repeat the tests 3 times, and I want to see consistency across 3 different tests. And the way I've personally set it up is to capture the results in a file called backtesting results. So you can see here, I've generated the Aussie CAD 1 hour time frame from 2022, and in that month, trading at 0.01 lot size, that expert advisor made a profit of $10. Then next month was a profit of $3. The next month was a loss of -$6. So what I can do is grab all that and plonk it into Excel. And with Excel, I can then chart it. So here you can see one of my very early experiments and tests. So this is what I call my baseline scripts. So you can see over the past year, from 1st of January 2023 to the 1st of June when I ran this test, the profits are using 28 different Forex pairs, simulating live trading, looked a little bit like this. So the first test made a profit of $1,104, and the drawdowns looks about $300-400 in drawdowns. And the second test made a slightly more profits, and the drawdowns was about similar. So it's good to see consistency across both these tests. So now I call this my baseline. Anytime I make a tweak or a change to my scripts, it has to beat these test results in order for me to replace my scripts that I used to run my live accounts with. I was wary of over optimizations based on a date range. So I took that script and I ran it again, exactly the same for the data for 2022, simulating live trading, and you can see the results were not promising. So that told me I needed to tweak and improve my scripts. So in the next version of my script, I decided to add a stop loss between 10 to 100 pips. And you can see it actually increased my profits to 1,800 and 2,000 in the 2 tests that I ran. The previous version of my scripts, I did not have any stop loss or take profit because I wanted to see how the software would handle total freedom. So now this brand new test is my brand new baseline because the results are much better and there seems to be consistency across the 2 tests that I ran. Before we see more results, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, trading.com, spelt with an X. So they are not a prop firm, but a way to hedge fund capital, and you can trade manually or with robots on the MT4 or MT5 platform. There are 3 plans, the 1K, the 2.5K and 5K plan, and the rules are simple. Hit 20% target without hitting the 10% max drawdown. That's all. There are no other rules. There's no silly rules like consistency, no trailing drawdowns. You can trade any strategy and hold over news and hold over the weekend. When you pass stage 1, let's say you were taking the 1K challenge, then you receive an 80% profit split, which is 1.6K, and then you progress to stage 2. And then if you get to the final stage, after stage 5, the payout is 20k, and you are then eligible for hedge fund capital. They are regulated by ASIC and an offshore regulated broker with 2 broker options, FX Trading and MyFX Markets. I do have a challenge ongoing with trading.com, and I am using the robots I generate with EA Studio. In the next test, I decided to put both a stop loss and a take profit between 10 to 100 pips. And while the chart does look okay, now we're starting from the January of 2023 all the way up to June 2024 when I ran this test. And this is not a good test. Even though it might look okay, notice the profits. Again, also trading still at 0.01 lots, but the profits has gone down from $2,000 to about $200. So adding a take profit between 10 to 100 pips has reduced the profits quite dramatically. Now we have my current latest best baseline results. I am testing for 28 different currency pairs. I am testing base from January 2022 all the way up to August 2024, running 3 tests, and you can see a very good consistency across all of them. Trading at 0.01 lot size, the first test made 1,300 and the highest test made 1,500. And there is a little bit of a period here where we see a little bit of stagnation that looks about 6 months of potential stagnation. Aside from that, the rest of it seems to be performing quite well. And these simulated trading results were generated about a month ago. So I did grab this one and apply it to my live trading. And for the past 30 days on this particular account using the scripts you just saw, this account has performed really well trading at 0.01 lot size. There has been a bit of a drawdown over here, and for the past couple of weeks it has stagnated a little bit, trading sideways. But because of the simulated trading that I've done, even if I see a few months of drawdown, I'm okay with that because I know in the long run, according to my data, that it will be profitable. And some tests go well. For example, this one where instead of trading on the 1st of the month, I shifted everything by 2 weeks. So here I am starting on the 15th of the month. And this is again to reduce over optimization using my scripts. And I can see, yes, the script continues to be profitable in the long run. But not everything is a success. Here I am trading gold on the 1 hour time frame from 2022 all the way up to June 2024. 2 tests were successful and 2 tests were failures. So until I see success and consistency in my simulated trading, I won't be trading gold just yet. Now, both EA Studio and Express Generator are not easy tools to master. It took me about 6 months to sort of get the hang of it and find my groove. And I'm still only probably using less than half of the percentage of all the functions that are available. That's okay. I have a pretty good baseline that I have slowly improved over time. And as the months progress, as I run more and more tests simulating live trading, I expect my results will just get better and better. And if you want to learn more about Express Generator, then watch this video that I created to teach you the basics on how you can get started in this tool. Thanks. Bye.